Welcome to a journey like no other. We are thrilled to have you here. What you're about to witness is more than just a story. It's a revelation that could shake the foundations of everything we thought we knew. The Ark of the Covenant, found. And what happened next left the world stunned. Sit tight, because this isn't just ancient history. This is living prophecy unfolding before our eyes. If you're ready for mystery, faith, and truth colliding, then stay with us till the end. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring, mind-blowing content just like this. Kingdom Inspirations presents to you. The Ark of the Covenant has been found. You won't believe what happened next. Full Bible story explained. In this video, we will explore one of the most astonishing discoveries in human history. The moment the Ark of the Covenant was found, and the world held its breath. This isn't fiction. It's real, and what followed left even the experts speechless. You'll learn. 1. The ancient prophecy that predicted this moment. 2. Where the Ark vanished, and how it was finally found. 3. The spine-chilling discovery at the excavation site. 4. Strange, unexplainable events that followed. 5. The shocking government cover-up attempts. 6. The powerful message hidden within the Ark. 7. And how this could reshape the future of mankind. Stay with us, and don't forget to subscribe for more truths hidden in plain sight. What if the most sacred relic in human history, long thought lost forever, was suddenly found? Who truly owns it? Should it be revealed, or hidden again? As governments clash, scientists panic, and ancient prophecies unfold, the world is left asking, was this a miracle or a warning? Behind the gold lies a force no one fully understands. And now, humanity stands at a crossroads. Will we be awakened, or destroyed by what we've uncovered? Whispers from dusty scrolls drift across centuries, mapping invisible paths through shattered temples and distant deserts. Footsteps follow riddles etched in shadowed stone until gold flickers beneath the earth, heartbeat of an ancient throne. With its breath, lights collapse, compasses spin, prayers turn to trembling. Black vans swallow the sunrise, secrets filed away in silent vaults. Yet inscriptions glow, warning or promise, sparking minds like dawn after storm. Now horizons redden, as destiny asks who we become before the thunder returns again. Somewhere beneath a forgotten hillside, a pickaxe sparks against gold, and time itself exhales. The Ark of the Covenant, heartbeat of heaven, lies awake at last. Monitors explode, night skies pulse crimson, and hardened archaeologists drop to their knees weeping. Cameras vanish into unmarked vans, while officials trade frantic midnight calls, seal the borders, silence the witnesses. Yet rumors escape, racing through churches, war rooms, and living room screens. Is this redemption or reckoning? Prophecies ignite, faith collides with fear, and the planet braces for a verdict older than kingdoms. Watch, because every heartbeat after this discovery may echo eternity's thunder forever. Now, take a deep breath. What you're about to hear is not just a story, it's a revelation wrapped in mystery, soaked in ancient truth, and trembling with power. As the dust of centuries is shaken off, we invite you to walk with us through prophecy, discovery, and divine wonder. The world may never be the same again. So sit tight, open your heart, and let's dive deep into the astonishing journey that follows, chapter by chapter. The wind howled through the sun-scorched cliffs of the Judean desert when a group of archaeologists stumbled upon a narrow crevice hidden behind layers of sand and silence. Inside, cloaked in darkness and dust, lay something long forgotten, a scroll brittle with age, inscribed with ancient Hebrew unlike anything seen before. But it wasn't just the words that chilled the air. It was what they foretold. A prophecy. One buried by time, whispered through generations, and sealed from the eyes of man, until now. The scroll spoke of a time when the Ark of the Covenant, the sacred chest built by Moses, veiled behind the curtains of the Holy of Holies, would return to the surface of the earth. But not quietly. Not safely. It would come when the nations rage, when man forgets his maker, and when the earth groans beneath the weight of its sin. The markings aligned eerily with scriptures hidden deep within the book of Jeremiah, cross-referenced with fragments from the book of Enoch, texts once dismissed as apocryphal nonsense, now glowing with frightening relevance. Even more unnerving were the sketches, crude outlines of the ark resting beneath a mountain, a starburst in the sky, and men collapsing in awe and terror. Biblical scholars debated its authenticity. Rabbinical elders fasted in response. But one thing was certain, The scroll was real. And it spoke of something awakening. Could this prophecy be true? Was the Ark not lost, but waiting? And if so, why now? As the world busied itself with politics and power, beneath their feet stirred a force untouched by time, waiting to reveal itself not as a relic, but as a reckoning. And this was just the beginning. To understand how the Ark vanished, we must first remember where it once stood, in the heart of Solomon's temple, radiating glory so intense that even the high priest could only approach it once a year trembling. It wasn't just a box. It was the throne of God on earth, crafted from acacia wood, overlaid with pure gold, and guarded by cherubim whose wings touched eternity. But then came the silence. In 586 BC, the Babylonians stormed Jerusalem. The temple was reduced to ash, its treasures looted, yet curiously, the Ark was never listed among the plunder. Vanished. No trace. No smoke. No record. Just gone. From there, the trail turns into shadows. Some say it was hidden beneath the Temple Mount by faithful priests, awaiting the return of the Messiah. Others whisper it was carried by Levites fleeing south into Egypt, then deep into the highlands of Ethiopia, where even today, a church in Aksum claims to house the Ark in a guarded sanctuary, seen by no one. Across the centuries, from the Crusaders to secret societies, the Templars to modern-day scholars, the search has never stopped. Men have crossed deserts, drained treasuries, even died, all to find a golden box that speaks with lightning. And yet, every time the trail grew cold, a new clue emerged. Inscriptions buried in Qumran caves, a coded message in the Dead Sea Scrolls, a strange alignment in the Copper Scroll, pointing to a forgotten chamber, untouched since the days of Jeremiah. Archaeologists wrestle with evidence. Conspiracy theorists decode ancient maps. Biblical historians compare fragmented texts. But for all their brilliance, one haunting question remains. If the Ark is truly out there, who hid it, and why? Because whatever its purpose, it was never meant to stay lost forever. It began in silence, just a tremor in the earth beneath the hills of Israel, where a covert team of archaeologists and military personnel worked under strict secrecy. The site had no name, no news coverage, just coordinates known to a select few who believed that what lay beneath could rewrite human history. For weeks, they dug layer after layer of stone and dust, following a map encoded from multiple ancient scrolls. At first, it seemed like another dead end. Then, the metal detector screamed. The moment the sand gave way, time seemed to stop. A glint of gold emerged, brilliant and untarnished, despite what should have been millennia of decay. The team stood frozen, tears welling in their eyes, breath caught in their throats. It was unlike anything they'd ever seen, a gold-laden chest, just as described in the book of Exodus, cherubim arching over a lid that pulsed faintly with light, as if it were still alive. One archaeologist dropped to his knees and wept. Another backed away, whispering prayers in Hebrew. A few dared to touch it, but felt a vibration that left their fingertips tingling with something beyond explanation. Security increased overnight. Armed guards surrounded the site. Phones were confiscated. Drone jammers activated. The outside world was shut out. Then came the moment that should never have happened. They tried to open it. As crowbars approached the lid, birds in the nearby trees shrieked and flew. The earth beneath them trembled. Every piece of electronic equipment within 100 feet shut down. And then a piercing sound, inaudible to most, but felt deep in the bones, sent several team members collapsing to the ground. The Ark resisted. Whatever was inside, it wasn't ready to be disturbed. And in that instant, they realized, they hadn't just found history. They had awakened it. The ground had barely settled around the unearthed Ark when the world around it began to shift. Quietly at first, then violently, undeniably. Within minutes, the base camp's power grid collapsed. Monitors blinked into blackness. Communications scrambled into static. GPS systems froze. Every digital clock within a mile radius reset to midnight. And then came the sickness. Perfectly healthy researchers began collapsing, vomiting, delirious, burning with sudden fevers. One man, a seasoned geophysicist, spoke in tongues he had never learned before lapsing into unconsciousness. Another, a skeptic, screamed in terror about eyes watching from the inside of the gold. Hazmat suits were rushed in, assuming radiation. But no Geiger counter could explain the readings, neither nuclear nor chemical. The energy coming from the Ark was something different. unmeasurable, alive. As night fell, the skies above the hills turned crimson. Not the red of sunset, but a blood-hued glow that hovered, pulsed, shimmered like a living wound in the heavens. Live streams across nearby villages captured it, until they too went dead. Witnesses reported hearing thunder with no clouds. Animals fled the hills in stampedes. Birds flew in erratic spirals. Even local Bedouins, used to the desert's mysteries, packed up their camps and whispered, "He is near." And through it all, the Ark remained untouched. Untouchable. Those present began to ask the questions they feared to voice aloud. Was this divine? A cosmic warning? A tear in reality? Had they opened a door never meant to be unsealed? One researcher, pale and trembling, said it best in a filmed interview, moments before being flown to an undisclosed facility. This wasn't a discovery. This was a collision. Heaven and earth just collided. It didn't take long. The moment news of the Ark began to leak beyond the hills, the world's most powerful forces moved in, not to celebrate the discovery, but to bury it. Black helicopters appeared in the skies above the site. Uniforms without insignias secured the perimeter. Researchers were detained and separated. Memory cards vanished. Notebooks were burned. Even satellite footage of the dig site went mysteriously missing from global servers within 24 hours. And then came the silence. Local news stations that briefly aired footage received immediate shutdown notices. Online forums discussing the event were scrubbed or redirected. A handful of amateur drone pilots who captured the red skies above the hills, gone offline. Some never resurfaced. In hushed corners of the archaeological world, emails surfaced, classified orders from defense ministries urging silence, promising funding in exchange for non-disclosure. But a few brave souls refused. A linguist who worked on deciphering the scrolls sent an anonymous packet to a journalist in Istanbul. Inside were grainy images, a partial translation, and a voice memo. "If you're hearing this," she whispered, "they've found it. The Arkansas. But it's not what we thought. It's far more dangerous. And they're going to erase everything." One whistleblower from within the Israeli intelligence community confirmed what many feared. Multiple world powers are involved. Not because they want to protect the people, but because they fear what it could mean for religion, power, and control. Why this fear? Because if the Ark proves real, it doesn't just validate ancient scripture, it challenges every modern throne built on doubt. It breaks the silence of God. It destabilizes control. And so, as history re-emerges from the dust, the powers of this world scramble to put it back to sleep. But some truths refuse to stay buried. The Ark was never meant to be just a box. It was a covenant, a living testimony sealed in gold, inscribed with truth, and designed to bridge heaven and earth. But now, uncovered after millennia, the Ark speaks again, and its message is both breathtaking and terrifying. Beneath the chest, etched into the gold base in an ancient tongue, was a sequence of markings scholars first mistook for decorative patterns. But when enhanced digitally, the symbols revealed something astounding, a prophecy, part Hebrew, part Aramaic, and eerily mirrored in phrases from the Book of Revelation. The translation shook even the most hardened experts. When man builds what he cannot contain, and knowledge runs faster than mercy, the fire shall return. Some believe it's a divine warning about artificial intelligence, an age where humanity tries to rival God by creating synthetic life, losing its soul in the process. Others see it as hope, a call to repentance, to return to the ancient paths before the final trumpet sounds. One theologian wept openly on camera as he explained, "The Ark's silence was mercy. Its awakening may be judgment." But the most haunting detail? A final line glowing faintly under ultraviolet light. "You were warned. You are loved. You must choose." Hope and warning. Justice and mercy. The Ark, as it always was, still offers both. In a world spiraling into chaos, where technology replaces faith and truth is traded for convenience, the message etched into this sacred relic could not be more timely. Is it the voice of God reaching out one last time? Or the rumble before the storm? Whatever the answer, one thing is clear: the Ark has spoken. And now, humanity must decide whether it will listen. The dust has settled, the gold has spoken, and now, humanity stands at the edge of a trembling threshold. The Ark of the Covenant has not just been found, it has returned. And with it, The silence of centuries has been shattered. But this isn't just about archaeology. This isn't just about ancient history or golden relics. This is about us. The signs, unmistakable. The prophecies, aligning. From Daniel to Revelation, Ezekiel to Matthew 24, they all point to a moment where the veil between heaven and earth grows thin. And with the ark uncovered, one must ask, has the final page already begun to turn? Is this the start of the end? Or the beginning of awakening? Governments scramble to contain what they can't explain. Scientists debate forces they don't understand. And yet, deep within us all, something ancient stirs, a memory of Eden, of covenant, of glory lost but promised to return. Perhaps the ark was never just hidden from the world. Perhaps it was waiting for a time such as this. A time when humanity must choose between fear and faith, between power and humility, between forgetting God or falling back into his arms. We cannot look upon the ark and remain unchanged. We cannot walk away from this story without asking, what is my place in this moment of history? Because whether this is the prelude to the end times or the spark of a global revival, the ark's return demands a response, not just from governments or churches, but from you. The question is no longer if it was found. The question is, now that it has been, what will we do with it? Because history has been awakened, and eternity is watching. Thank you for walking this unforgettable journey with us. From the whispers of prophecy to the trembling moment the ark re-emerged. The mystery, the power, the questions. They're not just part of history, they're calling us today. Could this be the sign we've been waiting for? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters here. I believe this story has stirred something within you, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more captivating revelations. The ark may have spoken, but this is just the beginning. Stay curious, stay awake, and above all, stay ready.